Mhm. So before starting, I request every one of you to take your mobile phones, online or offline. Every one of you requesting you to take your mobile phones. And this is our WhatsApp number where generally you're getting messages from. Okay. So on this number, please drop a message saying like joined today's demo. Just to drop a message saying like join today's demo. Once we get a message, maybe the next half an hour or 1 hour, you'll get today's class recording and its respective documents. Okay, I'll just wait, requesting everyone online as well to drop a message immediately. Yes, there are online people, everyone. Okay, so whoever is dropping message, you'll be getting recording from today's session. Okay, so don't forget to miss this. Okay, fine. So let's start. And before this, first let me introduce myself. Okay, so this is Chandra and I'm the trainer here. Okay, and I almost have 12 plus years of Pega experience. And I'm still working in company. Okay, so using which I can give you the best real-time scenarios every time. So I have experience working in past versions of Pega and as well as the latest versions. So I can help you in every type of project related requirements. It might be Scratch project related. It might be optimization project oriented. It might be about migration projects. It might be about enhancement related things. And it might be even prod support. Okay, or it might be something about latest things about Constellation, each and everything, whatever your requirement might be. So I can able to help you with some proper solution. Okay, and I have almost like 7+ of teaching experience. So using which I can able to guide you everything crystal clearly. So whatever your background might be. So few people might be of zero IT knowledge. Few might be of zero Pega knowledge, and few might be having 10+ of industry experience. They might be into Java or .NET, Python, whatever it is. So for a zero layman person as well as experienced industry person, for every one of you, it will be crystal clear. Okay, so it will not be kind of boring for the advanced people, or it will not be kind of Greek or Latin for the layman people. For every one of you, it will be clearly interesting for you. That is my challenge. Okay, and this is all about me. And now let me explain you something about like our Pega programs. You should first know this. So in our institute, we are having two types of Pega programs. So one we are calling it as Pega regular program. Okay, and the other one we are calling it as Pega mastery program. You people are getting messages, right? Okay, so sometimes you'll get related to Pega regular and something like Pega mastery program. So you are here something to learn about Pega regular program. What do you mean by regular program? So this is completely from zero to advanced level. So we are considering you as beginner in Pega. Okay. So this is about like beginner to most advanced. And in this program, we'll train you completely from zero, considering you don't know anything about Pega, how to install, okay, and maybe how to design front-end pages, how to design back-end part, what about like older versions of Pega, latest versions of Pega. Everything from zero to advanced level is what will make you understand. And here, we will even give you recordings after every session. So after today's class, immediately you'll get its recording as well as its theory document, practical document. And likewise, after every session, you'll be getting interview question and answers. You'll be getting daily assignments. Okay. And we are sharing all these things in our own portal. So let me show you how we'll share our content. Okay, you can see this, right? Every one of you can see our window, correct? Please confirm me. Online
Yes,
people.
we can see.
Yes, right? Yes. So this is like our own portal. And once you people are like enrolled, so you will be given access for this one. Initially under demo sessions, whatever the class happened, we'll post it in YouTube. And that link is what we'll share it in WhatsApp. Maybe after demos are completed, you will be given access for this portal. And where you will be given with these many content, these many folders. So you will see something like class recordings for each and every class. Maybe this is like previous batch related. For each and every class, you will see its recording as well as it's a document. Okay, likewise, class 2, class 3, class 4, every time you will see every document as well as its recording part. And this maybe for any reason you did not attend class, maybe tomorrow or next month or whatever, for a few days if you did not attend class, still not a problem. So you'll be getting recording immediately. You can watch recording in your convenient time and just you can call back for any kind of doubts. This whole repository will be clearly maintained for you, and you can easily understand every day's class recording, its content, everything. And likewise, you'll be getting almost like 130 plus live hours. So you will be given with recording access, recordings with theory documents, practical documents, and whatever the recordings we are sharing you, whatever the videos we are sharing it for you, you can access for 1 year from today. Okay, so this is like almost June 9th, right? From here, next to 1 year, you can access every video part. And all the content, all the documents, you can access for lifetime. So there will not be any restrictions on that, but for videos alone, it will be accessed for only 1 year. Okay, that is one thing. And along with this, you will be even given with daily assignments. So today, if some topic is completed, suppose today in our class discussion, we understood how to send emails. In Pega, we are supposed to understand sending email and other things, right? And based on that, I'll be giving you maybe few assignments. After every practical scenario we understood in our class, you'll get some extra assignments. And likewise, you'll be getting almost like 130, 140 daily assignments. Okay, so daily assignments will be shared. Okay, and we'll make you to work here on 4 real-time projects. 4 real-time projects. Pega is majorly used in banking sector, so we are covering that. So banking project is what we are trying to cover. Healthcare project, insurance project, and next one, whatever the assignments we are trying to do. So those we are trying to create it as one more project. So you can consider this as daily assignment separately or 3 projects, or maybe consolidated, you can call it as 4 projects, whatever it is. So these 4 projects is what we're planning to do. And whatever the requirements we do in first project, those will never be matched in second project. And requirements here in second one, it will not be matched in third one. And these will not be matched with fourth one. So if you can manage these 4 projects, you can survive in any part of Pega project. After our course is done, maybe person 1 can go it as a Pega developer. Person 2, he can go it as business analyst. Maybe person 3, he might go it as Pega, maybe robotics. Robotics is not that completely covered. So something like into enhancement project or prod support project or optimization project, whatever it is. In every corner of Pega, you people should be surviving. That is our major agenda. So all the related requirements will be covered in these 4 projects. If you can complete these 4, no doubt you need not rely on any job supports or any backdoors or any proxy. That is my challenge. Okay. And if you closely understand, we are even helping you with some soft skill videos also. So few people might be something new to software, and few people might not know how to answer general questions. So what general questions you will get in HR round or managerial round. So those are also, we are preparing it as in short videos and we are sharing it with you, and you can just practice before you start for interviews. Understanding, right? What general questions you'll get, everything will be listed out. You can play those videos right away. Okay. And we are even giving you some MCQ tests. So after every topic is done, consider today a topic called activity is completed. and you will be given some MCQ test on topic. Suppose if I try to open this, and maybe if I'm just opening anything's sample one. So this is what our test portals are like. So you can see maybe first one, maybe second, third, likewise on every topic. So you will be given with some MCQ test also. Understanding, right? MCQ test is what we are providing. And very important part here is we are trying to give you PDF documents on every topic. So this is like most advanced level. So you people might be having little Pega knowledge. Some of you might be having little Pega knowledge. Some of you might be like completely zero for this Pega. So whatever it is, we are trying to provide these kind of theory related documents on day one itself. So based on your requirement, you can just try to open and watch that complete video, sorry, complete document. You can understand everything theoretically also. Anyway, as per our class, everything will be covered zero to advanced. And if you wanted to learn something in beforehand itself, you can watch this theory documents. And next, we are even providing you so PDF documents for interview question and answers on every topic. If I open this for every topic, so you will be having organized way of interview question and answers. So you'll see a question and you'll see an answer for that. So getting my point right? Everything, it will be clearly organized. Okay. And we are trying to give you consolidated interview question and answers. So what do you mean by consolidated? Maybe after your course is completed. So you wanted to showcase yourself like 3 years or 4 years experienced. So you don't want to just run behind one single topic, right? You have to learn everything on a high level. So every day or these days, everything will be based on scenario based only. So no interviewer is asking you theory questions, everything scenario based only. No? So that is where we are even providing you very high level scenario based question and answers in PDF formatted. And we are even trying to give you those in some video formatted also. Interview question with answers in some video formatted. So a huge content is what we're trying to provide. You will not get this content in anywhere. That's like open challenge. You can compare this with anyone. So we're trying to provide in terms of video mode also. Video mode will be there, documented mode will be there. And if it is like theory mode, everything, whatever it is your responsibility to utilize it. That's it. Okay. And additionally, we're trying to give you something like extra hands-on videos. What do you mean by this? So consider your batch is complete. Okay, your batch is complete. And maybe if we are trying to cover something latest things in our future batches, still we'll try to help you by giving you those videos. Extra hands-on videos or generally whatever the extra production issues we generally face in your real time. So everyday up-to-date things I'll try to add it. So mostly everything will be covered as part of your curriculum. And here and then if something latest things are covered in our latest batches or something extra things, those will be shared in our extra hands-on videos. Okay. And we will even give you how to download this Pega software and how to install video. Everything will be there. And day one itself, we will be providing you resumes. Resumes in the sense you might be going like a beginner or experienced. So here in this folder, there will be almost like 10 to 15 resumes starting from 0 to advanced level. Maybe if you wanted to showcase like 7 years or 6 years. So those level of things are already there. You can just download and update and you can send me for a kind of like reviewing part also. So this is what we're trying to cover each and everywhere. So we'll make you to understand in terms of theoretical perspective, in terms of practical perspective, and more of hands-on related things, and even on the latest concepts. And sometimes we'll compare with our old concepts as well, old versions as well. So you might be joining today in Pega, and that project might be still in the older version, right? So in that scenario, you should not miss the opportunity. You should still in a position to work on. That is where every topic what we cover will compare that with older versions how it is to be. And in the next future versions, how it gonna be. Everywhere we'll try to compare and we'll give you clear picture. Okay. So this program, whatever you are seeing, Okay, so you can see MCQ test, maybe like theory documents, practical documents. So kind of huge content. So you cannot get this content anywhere in the world. I challenge that. And this particular program will be of 4.5 months. 4.5 months. And coming to the real-time projects, so you will be given with projects also on day one itself. And this banking project is what will take care personally. So today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we'll be having initial discussion of Pega, right? So once our demos are done, we'll start our actual project creation and we'll see how a real bank application to be designed with Pega from zero to advanced level. This project alone will take 4.5 months for us. It doesn't mean all these three will be covered by me. So these two things are like given as videos directly here for it. You can see this, right? Insurance project and healthcare project. You will get videos, 1 hour video, and you'll get a PDF document also initially. So these two things will be ready, and whatever this fourth one as like daily assignments, you'll be getting maybe per day 2 or 3 according to that. So these three things you are supposed to take care. Getting my point? So I'm not doing this in the class itself. So these three you are supposed to take care. So parallelly, all these four should be completed by our course end. That is what our expectation. And if I'll make you to understand completely zero from here, based on this knowledge, you should know how to create healthcare project. If I show you how to create banking project, no doubt you can replicate the same in other two things, right? If I show you something implementing a requirement here, so it's similar requirements are to be implemented. Requirements will be little similar, but it will not be same. Why? Because your brain should work, right? So if I just simply ask you to replicate, so there is nothing challenge. So you are planning to go like an senior most, maybe 3+ or 4+. So you should struggle hard in this 4 months of period. So if you practically understand this 4.5 months of program, you people will be in a plan to go like 4 years, 4 months to 4 years. Is it really practically possible? No, right? Is it practically possible? No. Consider we both are working in same company. I'm like really 4 years experienced. You are manipulating like 4 years. Can my management understand about you? The next one day itself, they can understand, right? It is simple. But they will look after whether your learning skill is good or not. So if given a chance, maybe in the next 6 months or next 3 months, so if this is like expectation set, can this candidate meet or not? Okay, so can he meet our client expectation down the line in the next 2 months? Okay, so if so, I can able to add some limitations on him with extra bond or maybe lesser package, whatever it is. So here, based on the complete content, what you're understanding, no doubt you can get a knowledge of minimum of 4 year, 5 years experience, provided you should utilize everything, whatever we provide. Okay, so our institute is fond of practical programs. So whoever is joining Pega here, no doubt they will be like practically very, very strong, very strong. Okay, so provided based on all these assignments and projects, if we can do it. And these three things is what you are taking care, right? And we are supposed to check whether you are doing it properly or not. For that, for every 2 weeks, so there will be 1-to-1 project reviews. Okay, generally on Saturdays, our class will be like Monday to Friday. And on Saturdays also, we will be working on Saturdays. What generally we'll do is we'll conduct project reviews as well as mock interviews. So in project reviews, every one of you, you will be given with some dedicated time slot. So you are supposed to call at that time and you are supposed to share your screen and show us what you have done in project number 1. Okay, and we'll set targets also. For this first project review, this portion is what you have to complete. Second project review, maybe this portion. So we'll try to schedule some systematic interval and we'll set you some target also. And we'll check whether you followed best practices or not. So you might get output, but it might not be in the best way, right? You want it to go like 4 years. So no doubt you should be doing it somewhere in the best way. So there will be project reviews and where we'll try to guide you according to that. And even once in 2 weeks, there will be Mock interviews. Mock interviews also again 1-to-1. Maybe if this Saturday you are having mock interview, next Saturday it will be project review. Next Saturday mock interview, next Saturday project review. Likewise, every Saturday you people will be engaged. Okay, so this major motto is about how are you explaining the things what you learned. So whatever I explain in the class, no doubt you'll understand. Okay, and even after watching the recording, no doubt you'll practice it. But you people will be having some starting trouble to answer any question. That's common problem, right? So if you are not using these mock interviews, after 4 months or 5 months, you cannot do anything miracle overnight, right? After 5 months or 4 months, what you'll do? You'll straight away get your resume prepared. I'll prepare it, not a problem. And there you will ask me to prepare it like 4 years or 5 years. Okay, that is also fine. You'll go to interviewer and straight away he'll ask you in terms of 5 years related questions only. No? So if we cannot manage this mock interviews in this 4 months or 5 months, within overnight, can you make any miracle there? No, ideally not at all possible. That is where we want you to habituated how the real-time atmosphere will be, how the real-time interview question and answers will be. So you should learn how to maintain eye contact there. So we'll take mock interviews over phone. If you are interested, okay, we suggest you to take like video call. Okay, so we'll schedule a Zoom meeting also for that for 1-to-1. So we'll suggest you to go for video call or maybe like screen sharing, your video sharing. Few might not be like comfortable for that. So that is where we'll take mostly on phone. And if you are okay, we'll take it on video mode also. There we can even check for your eye contact and we can check for your lip sync. Okay, and we can check for your sitting posture. Everything will be properly guided from day one itself. So maybe based on the mock interview completion. Consider today your mock interview is completed. Immediately you'll get a feedback. So these are the questions we asked you, and these are like you answered. So you should rectify these things in the next mock interview. Likewise, immediately you'll get feedback also, so that it will be like helpful for you in the next mock interview. So mock interview, maybe level to level, you have to improve yourself. So every one of you, as per your schedule, you are supposed to call it. We'll schedule like 1-to-1. So for some reason, if you guys are not available that day or in that period, you can just again reply back. I take it on so and so date, so and so time, not a problem. So we'll try to adjust according to that. Okay. So theoretically, we'll make you to understand everything like mock interviews and practical oriented project reviews for all these things. Okay. And this program runs both online plus offline. So if you guys are like comfortable online, you can attend it from there, not a problem. And if you're staying somewhere in our institute, near to your institute, if you wanted to come in between offline also, not a problem. And in between, if you wanted to swap also, not a problem. So we'll be having both online and offline applicable. And our institute will be open from morning 7 a.m. to evening 6 p.m. So you guys can come even for practice. Okay, online people, you need not worry much. So you can just practice on your own and you can just call on this number for any kind of doubts. You're having a WhatsApp number, right? You can call on that for any kind of doubts. So if it is something answerable over the phone, it can be done immediately. Or if it is something like to be screen shared. Okay, so you guys will say that I'm not getting this assignment. What are the assignments we are giving you? So you might be getting n number of doubts, right? So you'll say like, I could not able to do so and so assignment. I need some help on that. So if you're talking to me over phone, if you can understand, that is okay. If you cannot, we are supposed to take your screen share, right? So even for that also we are okay. Okay, so screen share related things also will be working on. And for offline people, you can anyway get your laptop, you can get all the things resolved here itself. Okay. And what else we are like missing? Online, offline. So I told you it's about like 1 year of restriction. 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay. So that's what we are trying to do in our Pega regular program. Okay. And there is one more thing called Pega Mastery Program. And this Pega Mastery Program, this is targeted for outsiders. What do you mean by outsiders? So people who are enrolling in this regular program, they will get completely knowledge, 0 to advanced level, they'll learn everything. So these kind of content, whatever we are showing you now, we did not share it for our past batches. This is something we're adding from this current batch onwards. Okay, why? Because this batch runs only offline. Mastery program is something running purely offline. So this mastery program, what is it? There will not be training at all. So this particular program, no training at all. So here only advanced level user stories is what will make you to understand. So generally in this program, people who are already working in Pega. So generally people, what they will do is they'll learn something Pega little and they'll try to go using backdoor, maybe proxies or some other channels, they'll try to get some job. They could not be comfortable with the real-time user stories. That is where they'll come to this program. So here, what real-time user stories you generally get will make you to understand by practically making you work on. And this program also will be like around 3 to 4 months, around 3.5 months. And will make you to work on almost like 450 user stories. Okay, so this program will be completely free of cost for the people who are enrolling in this program. Okay, and this program is like well advanced. So everyone whoever in this position will not understand that. That is where we will be cross-checking for your basics. So what is the eligibility to get this free program is you should give regular mock interviews. As I told you, there will be mock interviews once in 2 weeks, right? So you should give regular mock interviews and you should complete this assignments, all the assignments. So if you can complete this mock interviews and assignments, then you are learning little basics. We are not even putting restrictions on projects. Okay, so if you can complete these two things, then you are eligible for free mastery program where you can use this mastery program anytime in your future. It's not like that you have to utilize only after this 4.5 months. So what generally people will think is after 4.5 months, should I have to wait for 3 more months to get a job? Not required. So in this 4.5 months period itself, 99% of your required skill will be learned. So that's like open challenge. Okay. And additionally, for eligible candidates, we are giving this for completely free and you can utilize this anytime in the next 1 year. Consider our course is completed maybe in the next 4 months. From there, you can take 1 year of time. Anytime you can come and you can enroll for this one, which is completely free of cost. And so I told this as offline, sorry, offline. And you people might be from different locations, right? Some of you might be from US or Australia, whatever. So they cannot make use of this program, right? So this program, whatever I'm saying, this is targeted only for outsiders, people enrolling in this one. 100% you will get the required skill. What generally you'll get it here? The same skill you will be getting out here in terms of all the projects. If we can complete all these projects, if we can give regular mock interviews and assignments, everything, you need not rely on this mastery program. So mastery program, it cannot be managed online. Seriously, it cannot be managed online. Why? Because if it is like 1.5 hour per day, generally we'll take it like 1.5 hour per day. In that 1.5 period, so people will come with their laptops and I'll explain one scenario and I'll make them to work then and there, showing them solution. Okay. And if it is conducted online, for any doubt you get it there. It is not possible to take screen share in that class session. So maybe if it is like taking screen share after our class, the next scenarios will be like pending for you. You are not comfortable with the other things. That is where this running off online is not that feasible. We tried, but we could not able to get success out of it. So that is where this is super hit with offline. And what for you type of people? So you need not worry anything about Pega Mastery program. We are giving it for complimentary free of cost. And even without this, you can manage everything from here. That is my open challenge. Okay, so that is where from this batch onwards, as I told you, it's a similar content is shared in terms of projects or maybe assignments or extra hands-on theoretical documents, practical interview questions, everything. So whatever the scenario level interview questions also, I'm trying to prepare in some video formatted, right? So if you can follow all these things, you need not rely on any other program. So that is where I wanted make you people to be benefited joining here. Okay. And in this program, separate people will be like joining, they are enrolling for that. And we'll give this for complimentary free of cost for eligible candidates. So make sense, every one of you? Online people, everyone clear with what I told you, right?
Yes, Chandra.
Okay,
Yes, Chandra.
great. Fine. So now you are enrolling for this Pega regular program. So let's talk more about this Pega regular program. Okay, so did every one of you get our course content? Tell me
Yes,
Yes,
online,
we got.
yes,
is there
Chandra.
anyone who haven't received our course content? Okay, so from this batch onwards, we are trying to increase the course content. As I told you, so we're trying to give n number of extra things, whatever regular mastery program includes. It's related stuff we wanted to include in this regular program itself. That is where from this batch onwards, course content is almost like 50% increased. Okay, multiple things. Okay, so whoever has messaged today, I think you guys are already messaged, right? So whoever has messaged today, you'll get today's recording and its respect to document whatever it is for today. And even we'll share you course content also. You can just review or you just try to compare that course content with any other Pega Institute open challenge. So you'll see the difference. Okay, so our key or strength, our institute major strength is practicals. So whoever has completed training at our institute, try to check with them about practicals. Okay, so whoever has completed training in some other institutes, they might be theoretically strong, but they might not be practical. They cannot go like an experience level. So we are fond of more practicality. So that is where our content will be huge and will take extra time to cover. So our batches will be like lasting for 4 months, sometimes 5 months, and even sometimes 6 months also. So that is the drawback at us. What is the drawback? That is taking long time. Why are we taking long time? We wanted to cover everything more practical. Okay, so if you are comparing with other institute, some people will cover in 2 months, maybe some in 3 months, some in 4 months. But we are taking almost like 5, and even sometimes, ideally speaking, it will take almost like 5.5 months, ideally speaking. And I wanted this to be completed in 4.5 months by taking some extra Saturdays. We will never compromise anywhere in the quality. I'll take some extra pain in taking extra classes on Saturdays or sometimes on Sundays. Even that will be intimated to you at least 2 weeks or 1 week before. It's not like sudden ad hoc class, right? Okay, so in terms of hours, it will guaranteed up to 130 to 140 live hours. Complete live sessions, it will be lasting up to 140. The last batch, it took almost like 150 hours. Just imagine 150. So it will go almost to maybe 6 months, but will take some 1.5 hour time extra in between, and based on which it will be close to 4.5 months. So just to compare with this hour session, 140-hour session is what we're trying to deliver. Okay, so that is where our content is completely increased in terms of assignments and mock interviews, everything. And if you can manage all these things perfectly, you need not look behind for any other stuff. So some people will call me saying like, are we required to learn Pega in any other website? Or should we have to learn any prerequisite like Java or anything? Not required. So blindly follow our instructions. No doubt you'll land in a very good position. I'll challenge that. Okay. And I thought of saying one more point. I forgot. Okay, that's fine. Fine. So let's talk more about this Pega regular program. And before we starting this, since you are like beginner to Pega, you might be having industry experience. Since you're like beginner to Pega, we have to more understand about its certifications. So maybe if you are projecting yourself like 4 years in interviews, if they're asking about certifications, how to manage, everything we'll try to understand mostly in this session. If not, we'll try to cover it in tomorrow. So before starting this, You people or you guys will be having n number of questions. What is Pega? So there are people who don't know about that also. What is Pega and how the salaries will be and how the opportunities of Pega today in India or maybe in Western countries or in some other part of the world. What is like recession effect on Pega? Okay, what is like artificial intelligence effect on Pega? Okay, and if you are having some career gap, how to manage your Pega profile? Okay, and how to fill your career gap? Maybe some people might be having non-IT experience, how to showcase it on Pega. So likewise, you people will be running with n number of questions in your mind. So let's try to sort out every question, maybe in today's or by tomorrow's session. So let's start with our basic question, like what Pega is. This is our basic question. What is Pega? So the simple answer for this is Pega is used for developing web applications. The very simple answer is Pega is used for developing web application. What do you mean by web application? You see a number of applications daily. You see Amazon application, Flipkart application, maybe like Walmart application, whatever. So here every application no doubt will be having some front end part. Consider Amazon. So this Amazon application might be purely developed on Java. This might be developed on Java and it will be having some front end screen, right? So after you hitting amazon.com, are you not seeing one web page? Yes, right? So there it might ask you or it might show you some products. So how is this web page designed? Front end is completely designed or every application will be having something called front end layer and something called back end layer or business logic layer. And no doubt it must be having something called database layer also. Okay, all the customer information or order information should be maintained in this, right? Okay, fine. So this is about Amazon application. Consider Flipkart application. Flipkart application might be developed purely on .NET. Still, it will be having front-end layer, back-end layer, database layer, right? So you take any application in the world. So for every application, back-end might be different. Few projects, Java might be their backend, .NET or Python or C Sharp, whatever it is, this backend might be same. And front end, no doubt every application will have front end and everywhere front end will be based on HTML and CSS only. You might be knowing this. And it will be having some scripting part and major framework is JavaScript. Few projects might be using Angular on top of it, maybe React or Node or maybe like Backbone or direct raw JavaScript, whatever. So every web application should have front-end layer and it will be using these standard things, no doubt. And every application will have backend part and few projects uses Java, .NET, Python. And every project should be having database layer and everywhere database understands only SQL queries. It understands only SQL queries. So its business logic might be with Java, but still, if you wanted to do something here, SQL query must be generated, meaning Java should execute one SQL query. Here, .NET should execute one SQL query. And similarly, so this web application, if I wanted to design one web application, so you have to take care of front end part, meaning you should learn HTML, you should learn CSS, and if your project is demanding for Angular or React, you should learn React. And no doubt to manage your backend part, you should learn Java code. And no doubt to integrate with your database, you should learn SQL query. These three constitute one web application, correct, right? Okay, and there will be different teams. UI team will be there, backend Java team will be there, database team will be there. But here with the Pega, whatever the application I wanted to design, so everything is automated. So using Pega, I can design one web application where front-end part is inbuilt, back-end part is inbuilt, and even SQL part is inbuilt. Okay, so all the traditional applications, all the traditional applications should be having front-end layer, business logic layer, and database. And here there might be like front-end technologies, these might be back-end, these might be database part. But Pega is one automated tool. Pega is something which is automated, using which I can drag and drop and design my front end. I can able to design any kind of my backend requirement. So maybe my requirement is to execute an SQL query. My requirement might be to send an SMS. You take Amazon application itself. You'll get one UI page, right? So there I'll choose a product. If I click on that, what are you seeing? So it is added to somewhere cart, right? And from there, you might get a notification, you might get a message, or from there, some money or payment related things are happening. All these are backend. So using Pega, you can do any kind of backend requirements. And for that, you need not learn Java code. So this is fully automated on Java. Pega is one automated tool developed on what? Java code. Okay, but you need not understand any part of Java writing manual. So this is inbuilt. So you should learn how to use it. You should learn how to use it. Maybe if you are going for Java interview. So you are Java developer, consider I'm a Pega developer. So if you are going for an interview, what your interviewer will ask you? So he'll ask you, so write some Java code for sending an email. Okay, write some Java code to execute one SQL query to store into database table. So what is like Java code to send an SMS to the customer in this scenario? You are supposed to explain everything about like oops concept and something there. But in Pega, the same output will achieve, but we will not write any part of Java coding. So everything is like inbuilt. Now I'll show you one sample screen. Let me log in. So this is where development studio is what we call. We are supposed to log in and do any kind of development work like drag and dropping and doing anything extra functionalities. Suppose if my requirement is to send an email to the customer, or let me show you UI part. Let me show you some UI part. So here you can see something like HDFC logo, right? And something below terms and conditions, and maybe something about like text boxes and other stuff. Now my requirement here is my client is asking me to include one more text box, something about name. Okay, we have to include small text box. It's matter of 10 minutes generally. But in Pega, we can do it in fraction of seconds. So the same UI requirement, this is something about front-end requirement, right? So for this front-end requirement, if we are going with the traditional development, like writing HTML coding manual, writing some part of CSS code manually. Okay, so that takes minimum of 10 minutes time for us. But in Pega, by just like 20 to 30 seconds, you can achieve everything. So this is like respect to screen. So I can straight away go for drag and dropping one new text box, and you can just update the label, whatever you wanted, something about fully, and just submit it and just check, save, and now refresh this. So can't you see this a new text box added up? That's right. Yes. So it did not take us more than 10 seconds time, but in the traditional manner, it will take minimum of 10 minutes. Now here you can see something like whatever the things you are typing it is showing it in black color, correct? It is showing it in black color. Maybe if I mouse over on this, I'm trying to mouse over on this, you can see something like color difference also, just to show focus. Now, maybe my requirement here is to show something like background color as blue. Again, simple. So you'll just double click on that and go to presentations, and whatever the CSS code you are supposed to do, maybe color colon red, submit this. So can you see color applicable here itself? Yes, right? So all these are like simple things what we can do it with Pega. So for that, we don't require much HTML knowledge. We don't require much JavaScripting knowledge, and we don't require even Java knowledge also. Everything can be done pretty simple compared to traditional way of development. Okay. And maybe if my requirement is, consider this as something about email ID. Now I'll enter my own email ID, something chandra@gmail.com. Immediately one mail has to be triggered. Consider this as Amazon website. So you'll enter your email ID, right? One email has to be triggered showing OTP for you. So this is purely backend task. There is nothing like front end. There is nothing like drag and dropping here. It's purely backend task. So if you wanted to go for any backend task, as I already told you, there is ready-made for us. So here in this requirement, you'll see with the name send email notification. Send email notification. So you can see something like predefined Java code. Can you see this? Yes, right. So whatever the Java required for sending an email, that is ready-made for you. That is ready-made for you. So you need not struggle hard what is about this Java code. I need not bother much. Even in the interviews, they'll not ask you to write Java code. They'll ask you how to implement that requirement. So on change of that, I want one OTP to be generated. How to generate one random 6-digit number, and how to put it in one correspondence rule, and how to send it like an email. This is what they'll ask you. You should say like that there is predefined or OOTP with this name in this case for generating an OTP. So we are having some function with name as random. So I'll use this. This is what you have to guide them. So no one will ask you to write about this Java code, or no one will ask you to explain this. So Pega is completely automated with Java code. No interviewer will ask you anything physical to write coding. In terms of front-end part, he'll not ask you. In terms of Java part or in terms of SQL queries also, they'll not ask you. Suppose in the same example, okay, so maybe in the same example, after I entering something like chandra@gmail.com, background task is to send an email. Additionally, one record must be stored into database table that like 2 more email generating attempts are left. Meaning out of 3, 1 is already done, right? It is maintained somewhere in the background. No? So how to maintain this history in database table? This is what they might ask you. So what is the database table involved there? And if you wanted to interact with the database table, no doubt SQL queries are required, right? So how to write SQL queries? So again, for that, you need not write anywhere physical SQL queries. So you'll be having some methods like this. So obj browse or obj open, whatever. You'll be having few such methods. Using this method, you can generate one SQL query also. So you might not know what is SQL. You might not know how to join 2 tables. You might not understand how to interact with a third-party database. Still, you can achieve everything with these predefined things. You should learn how to use Pega. You need not learn anything about Java part. So finally, any part of our web page development, it might be via front end or back end or database part, you should be in a position to understand this. So clear, right? So for the very basic question, we got answer. That is, Pega is one automated Java tool. It is developed on Java. So if anything is developed on Java, we got an advantage of cross platforms. Okay, suppose, did any one of you came across like OutSystems tool? Online people, did you listen to the word called OutSystems? It is one tool similar to Pega. Anyone?
I think it is a competitor for Pega, right?
That's what. So there is one more tool called OutSystems, no doubt, which is similar to Pega, competitor for Pega. Great. And OutSystems is not that famous compared to Pega. Why? Because OutSystem is automated on .NET technology. What is Pega? Developed on Java. Okay. So what is the problem with .NET? I'm not saying problem with OutSystems. There is problem with .NET. Why? .NET generally works on only Windows operating system. Windows operating system, meaning if any application is developed. So what are we understanding here is, so Pega is one automated tool. Likewise, OutSystems is also an automated tool. So this is completely developed on Java. This is completely developed on .NET. So using this tool, I can drag and drop and design one web application. Here also you can drag and drop, do everything and design one web application. And problem with this is this application works only on Windows. So Windows 7, 8 or 9, whatever. So this works only on Windows operating system, but Java is like independent of any operating system. So this application works on Linux, maybe Windows or Mac, whatever it is. That is where advantage of Java is. I'm not talking about advantage of Pega. Advantage of Java is that. So this Pega is automated on Java today. Initially, so Pega is not something like introduced yesterday or day before. It is from 1980s itself. So Pega is something which is from past 35 years. So initially, when they started Pega, they automated with C language. They automated completely with C sharp. Okay, and later they realized that this is not compatible in every operating system. That is where they slowly migrated everything to Java, so that it works in every cross platform. So in your Apple phone, it will work out. So the Pega application, whatever we are designing, it will work in Apple iPhone. Suppose if you go for a bank and ask for a credit card, if I'm the bank employee, consider I'm the bank employee. I'll use one laptop, right? And I'll try to use one application, and using which I'll generate one credit card request for you. So maybe if we are busy by that time, what we'll say? So please wait at your home, sir, or office, sir. Will come to your home. That is what these days bank people are providing, right? So they'll come with one iPad. Did you observe? They'll come with one iPad. So still they'll try to do the same procedure, right? Meaning that application, if it is developed on Pega, it works on Windows laptop, maybe Mac laptop, or maybe like iPad or normal tab or mobile phone, Android phone, whatever it is. So this is cross-platform compatible. And that too, just adding one more point today itself. So every Pega application is included with RWD also, meaning responsive web design. What do you mean by responsive web design? So considering the same one, let me show you the output here. Let me show you some other screen. So you can see, some output here, correct? And consider I'm using something smaller laptop. So can you see all the text boxes are adjusted according to my screen size? Can you see this is getting expanded and shrinked based on my screen resolution? This we call it as responsive web design. So in the past versions of Pega, or maybe in other competitors of Pega, so that responsiveness is not there. So today you open your phone, mobile phone, and you'll search for Facebook. It will be perfectly resolved there, correct? You'll see everything properly loaded out. And if you open the same in your iPad, still it will be properly loaded. Maybe in your laptop, 14-inch laptop or 28-inch laptop, or even a bigger size TV. So this application will be perfectly resolved as per the screen device, correct? So that we call it as responsive web design. Suppose if we are like using some keypad mobile. Past days we used to use keypad mobiles, right? I don't know how many of you used it. So there also we used to see GPRS, some kind of internet. If you open facebook.com, you'll get a page, no doubt. A page will be rendered. So will that be completely colorful for you? No. You must every time scroll to the right or left, then only you can see all the fields, right? Meaning that application is not properly aligned with that screen, right? So today with Pega, we can achieve that RWD also. So major advantage of Pega is it is working on cross-platform as well as screen resolution. Okay, so it's also perfectly compatible. So that is what you are doing. Fine. So we are just understanding what Pega is for today. And tomorrow we'll try to understand. So today we don't get enough time. And tomorrow I'll try to talk something more common things what you want to understand. Okay, so how it will be working for internal applications, how it works for external applications, what about the Pega license, okay, and how we have to access our cloud versions and other things. Okay, so tomorrow we'll continue and requesting every one of you online and offline tomorrow also, please join with the same link and at the same time. And just for the sake of people who joined in between, so this is our mobile number. Please WhatsApp on this saying like joined today's demo. Just drop a message immediately in WhatsApp. So whoever has already done, you can ignore. So just for the sake of newly joined people or in between, so WhatsApp on this saying like joined today's demo, you'll get today's recording and something extra things also. So got it right? So tomorrow we'll try to understand few more things there. Whatever the doubts you are having in your mind, everything will be sorted out. You need not ask me anything. So down the line, maybe in next tomorrow or day after tomorrow's session, everything, whatever like unclear in your mind, everything will be clear. So that is guaranteed. Maybe even after that, we'll go for questionnaire part as well. Understood, right, everyone? Online, everyone?
Hi Chandra, I have
Yes,
one
got
small
it.
doubt. Nitish
Tell,
this side.
tell me.
Chandra, in this Pega course content, have you been added the Pega consolations and Gen AI because those are the advanced concept, right?
Did you get our course content?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So are those not available there? It's 100% there. Okay. It is available. So to answer your question, we are even working on latest concepts of Pega, that is Constellation UI. So something as Gen AI, okay, and its related part, maybe Blueprint. Okay, so maybe like Socrates. Socrates we are not covering. So most part of like Gen AI and authentication related things is what we are trying to cover. Okay, and all these are like latest concepts, everything we're trying to cover. Okay, Constellation and Gen AI part is like covered. Got it right? So if any one of you did not get course content, please drop a message. Okay. So you might be getting it by this time. If not, you'll get it today. So clear, right, everyone? Any extra questions? Nitish, clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any more questions, anyone? Fine. So tomorrow also, please join with the same link. Okay. So make an habit of following the consistency. You may or may not enroll the course, but just don't miss the demo sessions. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow also, please plan to attend and then you can decide. It's up to you. I cannot run behind you, right? It's completely up to you. Okay, then. Thank you.